Hi, it's Hales here, and today I'm making waves, painting this watercolour demonstration on location down at the ocean. Love the energy of the water and the solidness of the rocks, and these are the two elements that I will concentrate on today when I'm painting. I'll use my watercolour rough paper to get the energy of the wave, and I'll maximise the use of different brushes for the rocks and the water itself. Starting with a background area for the distant water levels, I'm using horizontal marks which will change when I start to paint the wave. I will splay the brush and drag it down the rough paper to create the face of the wave, and some of the foam areas will be left white. When the wave hits the foreground, the level of it changes from this angled movement into a more horizontal mark. This will then be dampened off with a clean damp brush so that some of the edges are almost locked, and I'll create the variety of movement there with the way I'm using the brush and the energy of my arm movement. Some warmth on the right hand side will be put there for sand underneath the water later, and some of these purplish areas will indicate maybe seaweed caught up in the movement of the ocean. The energy at this spot and the solidarity of the rocks are important features, and the mass of these dark rock faces will make the composition work so much better. Changing brush and changing angle of the brush by putting the rock against the water level, I create what kind of water these rocks are sitting in. By using the point of the brush, I control that bottom line, whereas if I use the brush the other way, I control the top, but not where the rock hits the water level. I'm more worried about the water level than the top of the rock itself. I need a mass of rocks as well. They're strong, they're dark, they're irregular, and so my brush can push, dance, lean, lift. All those kinds of movements are possible to create this mass of rocks in the water. I'll wet some edges off so there's a little bit of reflection in the damp areas, and I'll change the colour of the rock to bring some areas a little closer than others. These rocks are giving my composition the solidarity I want, and I'm almost there. I'm going to change the angle on the wave a little because it was looking a little awkward, so I've lifted a bit more white off there. I put a wash of cerulean over that clean raw sienna so that it looks like the shallow water is covering the sand. Painting the wave on site, I have to be happy with what I've got. If I keep changing it, I will lose it completely.